Something inside you has been waiting for a message exactly like this. I am bringing you news today that will change everything about your current season. Do not scroll past this. If you walk away now, you will leave behind the exact miracle you have been praying for. You will carry that heavy fog for another year, and you will not even know why. Stay with me. I am speaking directly to you right now. I know how hard it is for you to hear good news. You hear a promise, and your first instinct is to brace for the disappointment. I watched you type a message asking for help just yesterday. You wrote out the whole truth, and then you deleted every single word to write that you were fine. You do that because hoping has started to feel far too dangerous. Expecting nothing feels like the only safe choice. I am going to change that safe choice today. Before this hour is over, you will understand exactly why your mind resists good news. You will feel the heavy fog begin to lift off your shoulders, and you will know exactly how to walk through the door I am opening for you. Do one thing for me now. Leave the word yes below so I know you are in the room. I am reading what my children write. Let us talk about your mornings. You wake up after a full night of sleep, and your mind is already exhausted. Your jaw is tight before you even speak a single word. You stand at the kitchen counter, and you just stare at the wall. The fog sits behind your eyes before you even touch your phone. You call it getting older. You tell yourself that you just need more coffee to push through the day. That is not the truth. The tiredness you feel does not come from a lack of sleep. It comes from carrying a load you were never meant to carry. It comes from the noise of the world pulling your mind in 10 different directions at once. You are not broken. You are just disconnected. I see the incredible weight you carry everywhere you go. I know how much energy it takes just to appear normal. You smile for them. You solve their endless problems. But inside, you are running on empty. You feel like you are losing your sharpness. You lose words in the middle of a simple sentence. And you quietly wonder if your best days are already behind you. They are not. Your best days are standing right in front of you, but you cannot see them through the heavy fog. The world has taught you to expect the absolute worst. It has trained your mind to look for the catch every time something beautiful is offered. You are the cycle breaker in your family. You are the one who always keeps going. You hold everyone else together, but no one ever asks who is holding you. I am holding you. Even when you felt completely invisible, I was standing right there with you. The miracle I have for you today is not just a change in your circumstances. It is a complete restoration of your mind. It is the return of your clarity. But you have to be willing to put down the heavy armor you have been wearing. You have to be willing to trust that a good thing can actually belong to you. This news is going to disrupt the pattern of fear in your life. It will silence the anxious voice you wake up with every single day. I'm going to show you how to reconnect the pieces of your mind that the noise has scattered. The fog is going to break, and when it does, everything you have been praying for will finally make absolute sense. Let us look closer at that deep fatigue. It is not just physical. It is a deep spiritual exhaustion. You sit in your car in the driveway for 5 minutes before you walk into your own house. You just need a moment of quiet before you have to put the brave face back on. You give and you give until there is absolutely nothing left, and then you feel guilty for being empty. I want to take that guilt away from you right now. You were never meant to be the savior of your entire family. You were meant to be my beloved child. You absorbed the panic of the world around you. And now your beautiful mind is paying the price for a battle you were never supposed to fight. This news I am bringing you is the end of that bitter battle. I am declaring a ceasefire in your mind. The constant worrying about tomorrow is going to stop. You are going to step into a season of quiet certainty. You walk into a room and suddenly stop because you cannot remember why you came in, and the word you need is sitting right on the tip of your tongue, but it refuses to come out. You laugh it off in front of your friends. You make a small joke about losing your memory. But inside your own head, a quiet panic is starting to build, and you wonder if you are quietly slipping away from yourself. You have blamed yourself for this mental fog. You look in the mirror and tell yourself to just focus harder. You push your tired brain to concentrate. You write endless lists to keep track of a life that feels like it is unraveling, because you are terrified of dropping a single important detail. I want you to stop punishing yourself right now. You are not losing your edge. Your mind is not broken. It is simply exhausted from carrying the world. I know exactly what is rising in your thoughts as I say this. You are thinking that you have heard all of this before. You are remembering the countless times you knelt down to pray for clarity, and how you begged me to take the heavy confusion away. You tried the quiet meditations. You bought the expensive supplements. You kept the strict routines for 20 days and gave up on the 21st, and the heavy cloud in your head did not move an inch. You are telling me the absolute truth. I will not argue with your own history. You lived through every hour of that frustrating silence, and I was sitting right there with you. But hear the difference today, my beloved child. What you tried was behavior. You tried to fix a deep spiritual exhaustion with physical rules, and you applied incredible discipline to the absolute wrong layer of your life. You did not fail. You worked faithfully for years on a branch, while the root remained untouched. Trying to clear your mind by forcing it to focus is like trying to stop a storm by pushing the wind, and it takes all your strength while leaving you completely drained. I am not asking you to try harder today. I am asking you to stop fighting the wind and look at the actual root. Let us look at that deep fatigue again. You wake up with your shoulders already tight. You look at your phone, and the dread washes over you before you even read the messages, because you already know what the day will demand. Your brain feels thick. It feels like you are trying to run through deep water. You force yourself out of bed, you pour the coffee, but the exhaustion is in your bones, not your muscles. Here is the truth no one has told you. Exhaustion does not come from the weight you were given. It comes from the weight you were never meant to carry. Somewhere along the way, you started picking up things I never assigned to you, and you took responsibility for the piece of a house that is not yours to keep. You picked up the worries of your grown children. You picked up the anger of your parents. You carry the heavy moods of other people like water in your bare hands. It soaks you. It spills everywhere, and you never actually arrive. This is the borrowed load. I am naming it so you can finally see it clearly. Your mind is foggy because it is processing 1,000 problems that do not belong to you, and your brain is running endless calculations for battles I never asked you to fight. I am not asking you for a massive transformation today. I am asking you for one tiny shift. When you feel that thick fog roll in tomorrow morning, ask yourself one simple question. Did my father actually hand this to me? If the answer is no, drop it right there on the floor, because putting down a borrowed burden is not a failure of love. It is the exact beginning of your absolute freedom. You have lived so long as the responsible one. You have completely forgotten what it feels like to be light. You think your value is tied directly to how much weight you can drag up the hill, but I never tied those two things together. You were immensely valuable before you lifted a single stone for anyone else. I want to give you your lightness back, but you have to open your hands first. The mental fog is just a symptom of a spirit that is overloaded. It is your beautiful mind shutting down non-essential functions to survive the heavy pressure. Do not hate your mind for protecting you. It did exactly what it was designed to do, and it placed a blanket over your sharpest thoughts to keep them safe while you marched through the long winter. The winter is ending now. You are going to feel the thaw begin. The forgotten words will return to your tongue. The bright ideas will spark again without any forced effort. You are stepping out of the thick cloud, and I am walking right beside you as we leave the heavy valley behind. Leave the borrowed loads in the dirt. You will not need them where we are going next. The clarity you seek is already waiting for you. You receive a piece of good news today. A friend tells you something wonderful. A door suddenly swings open, and instead of feeling relief, the very first thing your exhausted mind does is look around frantically for the hidden catch. You do not smile right away. You hold your breath tightly. You wait for the other shoe to drop, because living through another disappointment feels like it would break you completely. You read an email that says you were finally chosen. You hear a rare compliment that you deeply deserve, but you completely refuse to let the warmth of that simple joy actually sink into your tired bones. You carefully manage your own reaction before anyone else in the room can see it. You quickly imagine exactly how it could all fall apart by tomorrow morning, and you protect yourself by killing the beautiful moment first. You have criticized yourself harshly for this exact reaction. You quietly call yourself a bitter person. You sit in the quiet church and feel deeply ashamed because you honestly think your lack of excitement is a terrible lack of faith. My child, that is entirely false. You are not a negative person. You are not ungrateful for the blessings I send your way. Here is the hidden mechanism you have never fully understood. After enduring enough crushing disappointments, the human mind learns to block joy completely in order to avoid the sharp pain of losing it again. It builds a thick stone wall to soften the devastating blow of another unexpected loss. It stops hoping because hoping hurts too much. I'm going to name this carefully so you can recognize it. This is the guarded hope. The guarded hope is not a terrible character flaw. It is a heavy splint worn by a faithful heart that has been fractured far too many times by empty promises. You wear it to keep the broken pieces completely still. But a splint worn for too long eventually stops the blood from flowing, and it slowly kills the very limb it was meant to save. It paralyzes your spirit. Now look back across the years you have called your cynical years. You were not being cynical at all. You were simply guarding an open wound. Every time you expected the absolute worst to happen, you were just trying to survive a tragic story that had not even occurred yet. You were trying to save a helpless child who no one came for in the past. I saw what you were doing. I saw the tremendous effort it took to keep yourself braced against the howling wind. It was never a failure of your faith. It was a desperate and exhausting survival strategy. You did the only thing you knew how to do, and you managed to do it incredibly well for a very long time. But the brutal winter you built that strategy for has finally passed. The heavy splint is no longer keeping you safe. It is keeping you stuck. I want to ask you for a very small step today. Do not try to force yourself to feel an overwhelming sense of joy right now. Just permit yourself to expect one single good thing to happen before the sun goes down on this ordinary day. Leave a tiny crack open in the door. The guarded hope cannot survive in a bright room where divine permission has been granted. Grant the permission today. Let the light enter. Tell me what you are so deeply afraid of right now. Which specific disappointment taught you to lock the door so tightly against the world? Answer me truthfully in the space below, because bringing a secret fear into the light permanently removes its dark power over you. Then write these exact words. My hope is waking up. Write it, and claim the beautiful moment you decided to take the heavy splint off. I am watching you do it. As your hope begins to wake, you will definitely notice something else. You have felt terribly scattered for a very long time. The deep fatigue and the quiet panic have kept the two halves of your amazing mind pulling in completely opposite directions. Your tired logic tells you to brace for impact, while your hungry spirit desperately wants to believe the good news. You are divided against yourself. This division is not permanent. What pulled your brilliant mind apart can absolutely be rejoined today. I have already placed the path to healing into the hands of someone I carefully led to find it. The sharp clarity you used to have as a child is not gone forever. It is simply buried under the constant and deafening noise of the modern world. The dark noise stole your peace, but it absolutely cannot keep it. I am orchestrating a total reconnection for you. I will show you what that reconnection is before this message ends. For now, just hold this beautiful question closely with me. What if the mental fog you carry was never about your age, and never about a lack of discipline? What if the complete restoration of your tired mind is already in motion right now? Breathe in that wonderful possibility. We are walking toward the profound answer together. Let us look closely at another specific moment you know too well. You are sitting at the table talking to a dear friend. You are right in the middle of a simple sentence, and suddenly the exact word you need completely vanishes from your tongue. You snap your fingers and try to grab it. It feels like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. The word is just gone. You walk into the kitchen and stare blankly at the cold refrigerator. You read the exact same paragraph in a book 3 times, and you still walk away with absolutely nothing. You laugh it off and make a joke about your age. You tell your family that your memory is just slipping, but inside your own head, you secretly worry that your sharp mind is slowly rotting away in the dark. I want to tell you the absolute truth about your beautiful mind today. You are not losing your intelligence. You are not declining because you have lived a certain number of years. Your brain is not dying, and that is a cruel lie the enemy desperately wants you to believe. You have judged yourself harshly for a condition you did not actually create. I built your incredible mind with two distinct halves meant to work as one. One side reasons and plans, while the other side feels and wonders. They were designed to operate in perfect harmony, but the deafening noise of this modern world began to pull them in completely opposite directions. The constant stress stretched the delicate connection until it finally snapped. The enemy uses the relentless panic of the world to scatter your focus, because a divided mind cannot hold on to peace, and it certainly cannot hear my quiet voice. I am going to name this terrible separation so you can finally see it. This is the Great Disconnection. It is not biological decay, it is a profound spiritual and mental separation. Now look back at the past few years with this new understanding. Those days when you felt hopelessly slow were not days of weakness, because you were trying to process 1,000 terrifying problems using only half of your capacity. You were fighting a massive war with a scattered mind. You were incredibly brave to keep walking through that thick mud. Every time you lost a word, it was just the gap between the two halves showing itself. The logic side was exhausted, and the creative side was completely overwhelmed. You did not lose your brilliant edge, you were simply disconnected from the profound power I originally placed inside you. The separation is exactly what makes you feel so terribly heavy. I know a sharp thought is crossing your mind right now. You are thinking that I am talking about neurology instead of faith. You are wondering if this is just modern science trying to sound holy, and you feel a quiet resistance building up inside your chest. I am not offended by your skepticism. A person who has been tricked before learns to question everything. Bring your difficult questions to me today. Listen to the clear difference, my beloved child. True science is not the enemy of my divine creation. I hide my profound wisdom in the human body, and I allow dedicated men to find it when the right season arrives. The profound reconnection of your brain is not a secular invention. It is a sacred design. Long ago, I allowed a brilliant mind named Dr. Roger Sperry to see this exact truth. I let him discover that the two halves of the mind must be brought back together, and the world gave him a Nobel Prize in 1981. But I call it a crucial piece of truth that I chose to release. What was pulled apart can be beautifully rejoined. I am not asking you to work harder to focus today. I am asking you to change exactly how you speak about your own mind. When you forget a word tomorrow, do not call yourself stupid, and do not say you are getting old. Say out loud that you are simply experiencing the separation. Acknowledging the actual problem strips the deep shame away instantly. You are not a broken vessel. You are a divided house that is about to be brought back into perfect order. Give yourself the profound grace to stop apologizing for your fatigue. The reconnection is already moving toward you, and you do not have to earn it, so just stand still and let the wonderful healing begin. We will walk into the clarity together. You know exactly why the heavy fog has been covering your mind. Come and stand in the season where it completely stops. I want to show you the beautiful life waiting on the other side of the Great Disconnection. Come with me to an ordinary morning a few short weeks from now. Nothing loud has been announced in your house. You wake up before the alarm even makes a sound. Your feet find the floor without a single argument. You walk into the kitchen, and your mind is incredibly clear. Notice what is entirely missing from that quiet room. The thick mental fog is completely gone today. You pour the coffee, and you do not lose a word in the middle of a simple sentence. You sit at the table with your family. You listen to them without feeling pulled away by anxious thoughts. You look at the people you love, and you are fully present in the bright room. You are not running a desperate checklist of worries in the back of your head. That morning is not a fantasy. That sharp mind is not a dream. That peaceful version of you already exists. The profound distance between you and that sharp clarity is not time. It is certainly not random luck. It is simply the quiet reconnection of what was scattered by the terrible noise. You have lived with a divided mind for so long that clarity feels like an impossible luxury. That profound clarity is absolutely not a distant luxury. It is your exact and holy inheritance today. You have spent countless nights begging me for a miracle that would just make the heavy confusion stop. You asked me to fix your failing memory. I am answering that desperate prayer right now, but I am not answering it with a temporary fix. I am offering you a permanent reconnection. The bridge between your logic and your deep intuition is going to stand strong again. I did not reveal this deep separation to leave you stranded in the dark. I always provide a clear path out of the difficult wilderness. I have already placed the profound solution into the hands of someone I led to find it. I gave deep wisdom to a dedicated neurologist named Dr. Daniel Barone. He was working late in his office in New York while the rest of the city slept. I gently led him to uncover a profound way to bring the two separated halves of your mind back into one. He calls this mechanism neural sync technology. It is a design that I allowed him to see. It does not require you to swallow a pill or join a complicated program. It uses a very specific auditory sequence to activate your whole brain at the exact same time. The chaotic noise of the modern world pulled your beautiful mind apart. The right deliberate sound brings the scattered pieces back together. The separation in your mind has stolen too many precious moments from you. It has made you feel entirely absent even when you were sitting right next to the people you love most. I am putting a definitive end to that quiet theft today. The mechanism I provided through Dr. Barone is going to wash the heavy static completely out of your tired brain. You will finally hear your own clear voice again. This is the whole brain activation I designed for your total peace. It gently commands the reasoning side and the feeling side to hold hands again. I am preparing the solid ground for your complete restoration right now. You have been begging me to heal your exhausted mind for incredibly long years. I am placing the exact tool to rebuild the bridge right in front of you. You do not have to fight the fog with your bare hands anymore. The bitter cycle of mental fatigue is going to break entirely. It stops in your house. You are the faithful cycle breaker who refuses to pass the deep exhaustion down to the next generation. Your children will know a version of you that is fully awake and brilliantly clear. You are going to step out of the loud confusion and walk directly into the quiet certainty. I am moving you out of the brutal noise today. I am moving you into the sharp clarity you had as a very young child. Do not let the familiar fear talk you out of this profound healing. Leave the heavy splint behind. The beautiful restoration is already in motion. Let me know you are fully ready to accept this immense gift. Type the words "It stops in my house" below. Write it as a firm declaration that you are stepping out of the fog today. I am reading your words. I am watching you claim the future I prepared for you. Stand up and walk into the clear morning with me. I want you to look closely at the heavy burden you have carried for so long. You have lived in a thick mental fog for incredibly long years. You honestly feared your best days were already gone. You thought the brilliant miracles I promised had completely passed you by while you were too tired to even notice. You judged yourself without any mercy. You believed your mind was rotting away in the dark. That is a brutal lie the enemy wanted you to accept as absolute truth. I am ending the tragic argument right now. I am not softening this revelation for you. I am ending it completely. You are not late to your own beautiful life. You are not a broken vessel waiting to be thrown away. You did not lose your brilliant mind, my beloved child. You lost the quiet environment it desperately needed to breathe. You did not lose your sharp memory. You lost the profound connection between the two halves of your exhausted spirit. You did not lose me. You simply lost the deep silence required to actually hear my clear voice. I am giving you the definitive answer today. It was never biological decay. It was the deafening noise of the world pulling apart the beautiful mind I originally built as one solid piece. That is the entire truth. It was never a failure of your character. It was a profound separation engineered by the relentless modern panic. You have spent decades apologizing for a terrible condition you did not create. You took the heavy blame for a disconnection you never asked for. Today, the old bitter agreement entirely ends. The quiet desperation stops right here in this room. You are going to reconnect what was brutally scattered by the dark static. You will finally step out of the heavy fog and directly into the incredible news I have prepared for you. I saw every single tear. Not one of them was ever wasted. I have watched this happen 10,000 times in 10,000 different houses. The enemy always uses the exact same sequence to break a faithful heart. First comes the overwhelming noise, then the terrible fatigue, and finally the long, quiet season where the person mistakes the heavy fog for their own identity. You are not the fog. You are the profound light waiting patiently underneath it. Every second you remain here is pulling those divided pieces back together. The healing is happening while you listen. Do not walk away from the exact thing you have been begging me to deliver. If you walk out of this room now, you walk right back into the terrible confusion alone. You will spend another brutal year fighting a massive war I already won for you. Stay exactly where my strong hand can reach you. I am rebuilding the broken bridge right now. The profound restoration is not a distant fantasy. It is the solid reality I am handing you today. I did not bring you through the bitter wilderness just to let you collapse at the very edge of the promised land. I brought you here to completely restore your fractured focus. I brought you here to give you back the sharp mind you thought was gone forever. You have survived the most difficult chapter of your entire life. You kept walking when every other person would have quietly surrendered. I saw the incredible strength it took just to stand up in the morning. And because you did not quit, I am moving you permanently out of the chaotic noise. I am moving you into the brilliant clarity. There is a room in you where the heavy grief still lives. There is a room in you where the quiet panic sits and waits for the next disaster. There is a room in you that has been locked for so long you stopped calling it a room at all. I am not asking you to open all of them tonight. I am only asking you to open the one door I am pointing at. This is the peak of the heavy mountain we have been climbing together. Hear me exactly where you make your absolute deepest decisions. The long season of devastating confusion is officially over. The bitter wait is completely finished. I am not late. You are not broken. Step into the brilliant light. My beloved child, what I have told you so far is completely true, but it is not the whole truth. There is a second half to this massive puzzle that I held back until you were ready. You are far enough in to carry it now. Stay with me. I will put the rest of the answer directly into your waiting hands. Here is the plain truth without any beautiful pictures wrapped around it. The relentless noise of this world pulled the two halves of your mind apart. You have been running your life using only a fraction of your mental capacity. Because your strict logic and your deep intuition were separated, you constantly felt exhausted and profoundly confused. That is the exact reason you lost your sharp memory. And here is what absolutely must change today. You must gently bring the reasoning side and the feeling side of your brain back into total alignment. This profound reconnection is the only way to stop the quiet panic permanently. I am saying this specifically to the exhausted cycle breaker who hides their deep fatigue. That is who I have been speaking to since the very first word. Breathe right now, my child. The heavy fog has a name, and it finally has an end. Now open your tired hands. I am placing the profound solution into them. I placed profound wisdom in the hands of dedicated men who study the brilliant body I formed. A faithful neurologist named Dr. Daniel Barone was working late in his New York office. I gently led him to a specific way to bring the separated halves of your mind back into perfect unity. He calls it neural sync technology. It uses an 8-minute targeted auditory sequence to activate your whole brain at the exact same time. I allowed Dr. Roger Sperry to uncover this same profound reconnection in 1981, and the world called it a Nobel Prize. I call it absolute truth. There is a kind of person who does not need this profound help at all. That person exists, but that person is absolutely not you. You are the exhausted warrior who holds the entire house together. You read a simple page 3 times and still walk away with nothing, and you silently call yourself a terrible failure. When I tell you this will clear your deep brain fog, I am describing the exact place where your life leaks energy. This provision is uniquely for you. The tool he built is called the Genius Switch. His colleagues told Dr. Barone this incredible breakthrough was easily worth $500. I did not lead him to price it there, or even at $49. Because you stayed with me this far, I made a way for you to receive it today for $39. With it come 4 beautiful things I gathered for you, including a guided visualization and a smart grocery guide. It is a small price because the financial exchange was never the actual point. Listen to 2 crucial warnings before you move. The enemy delights in making cheap copies on other platforms. The real provision is only found through the path Dr. Barone keeps directly. Do not let a counterfeit stand between you and your clear mind. And for your peace, you carry absolutely no risk in this. If it does not restore your clarity, every single cent returns to you. You owe no one an explanation. Take this as a small step of obedience instead of a massive purchase. Put your headphones on, close your tired eyes, and just listen for 8 minutes a day. The path to it is waiting for you in the comments below. Go and look at it right now. Do not tell yourself you will return to it tomorrow. You know exactly what tomorrow does. Go. Hear this serious truth before you close this message. There is a terrible cost to living another year inside the exact same mental fog. It is paid quietly in the brilliant ideas you stop having and the sharp memories you slowly lose. I am warning you about a deeply destructive habit. Every single day your mind stays disconnected is another day the thick static completely wins. I want you to walk proudly in the restoration I already provided. The heavy noise has stolen enough precious time from your daily life, and you do not have to let it steal your tomorrow. Come closer to me now. The heavy instructions are completely finished. I want to speak to you the way a father speaks at the exact end of a very long day. You do not have to hold yourself together so tightly anymore. You can let the heavy walls drop right here. I know how much strength it took just to make it to this specific hour. Remember the beautiful news I promised you at the very beginning of this message. You waited for something spectacular to happen on the outside. But the greatest news is what is happening on the inside right now. The good news is not a random bag of money falling out of the sky. It is the brilliant mind you are getting back today. When your mind is whole, you do not miss the profound blessing sitting right on your own table. You will finally see the open doors you walked past when your brain was too scattered to notice them. Your restored mind is the absolute key to your new season. The good news is that you are finally awake to receive it all. And remember this vital truth tonight. The Genius Switch is not a cheap trick. It is not a magical shortcut around my deep love for you. It is simply 8 minutes that helps rejoin what I already built inside your mind. If you have ever wondered whether the sharp child you used to be is still in there, this is exactly how you come back to it. You walked into this room carrying a thick confusion you thought was entirely your fault. You are not walking out with it. Because you stayed in the dark without quitting, I am moving you permanently out of the brutal noise. I am moving you directly into the sharpest clarity of your entire life. You will no longer miss the beautiful moments. Your days of reacting in pure panic are completely over. You are going to respond to the world with total peace, and this profound peace will not stop with you alone. Your children will see the incredible difference in your tired eyes. They will learn how to walk in quiet certainty because they watched you do it first. That is exactly what I am doing for you today. You are the faithful cycle breaker I chose for this specific family. You absorbed the terrible noise so they would not have to, and now I am washing that noise out of you. You are a holy vessel being polished for a much greater purpose. You just needed to be dusted off. You have lived so long expecting the absolute worst. You guarded your hope because you thought disappointment was the only thing promised to you. That guarded hope is officially broken today. You are allowed to expect wonderful things again. I am preparing a table for you, right in the middle of your everyday life. You are going to sit at that table with a clear head and a peaceful heart. I am so deeply proud of your resilient spirit. You carried the heavy weight for so long, and you never gave up on the people who needed you. Now it is your absolute turn to be carried. Let your tired shoulders drop right now. You are completely safe here. The world will try to hand the heavy fog back to you tomorrow. The enemy will try to convince you that the confusion is your natural state. Do not accept that bitter package. You know exactly what the noise sounds like now, and you know exactly how to silence it. You have the profound tools to keep your mind perfectly whole. There is nothing left for you to figure out tonight. The long season of wandering in the mental wilderness is completely finished. You have finally found the quiet path back to your own brilliant mind. I am walking that exact path right beside you. You will never have to face the terrifying fog alone again. I have said everything I came to say to you today. What happens next is not mine to force upon you. Put your hand on these final words and make them absolutely yours. Type the words, "I say yes" with my life below. Write it out loud so your spirit hears the final decision. Let this place know you stayed until the very end. I read what my children write. Your public declaration seals the quiet work we did here tonight. Now go into your clear morning. Walk out of this fog like a person who already knows the victory is won. I am with you, always.